is going on, chat, man? We are back, and today we're actually reacting to, Skip Bayless versus 25 NBA slash NFL fans, man. And we're not gonna watch the full video, but we're gonna watch the part to where, he's having a GOAT debate between LeBron and Jordan. And I don't know too much about Skip Bayless, but this was highly anticipated and highly recommended, man. So, with that being said, we got to get straight into the video. I'm genuinely trying to see this. This is actually about to be amazing, man. But, with that being said, I appreciate all the love and support, man. We're about to hit 6,000 subscribers. I actually appreciate everything from you guys, man. You guys actually make my day, and it's just like the comments, like you guys are goats, man. Like you guys are the actual goats, man. But with that being said, let's get straight into the video. And if you guys are new to my channel, you like classic / old NBA content, man, hit the subscribe button, man, and join the crew. But with that being said, let's get straight into the video. Yes, sir.
All right, good job. Way to go. My next claim is Michael Jordan is the GOAT and laughably better than LeBron James.
Laughably? Okay. He kind of going crazy. Laughably? Whoa.
Woo. Here we go. How are you, sir?
Good. How are you? Nice to meet you. I'm a big fan of your career, everything you stand for in this industry,
But
this awful take, I'm not going to let it seep through.
Okay.
So, Michael Jordan, there are two angles to looking at the GOAT debate. Number one, could Michael Jordan have done what LeBron is doing in this era, and vice versa? The other angle is there any single thing that Michael Jordan has done over the course of an entire career better than LeBron James? So I'm asking you, is there one thing that you could...
Bro, everything that Jordan did with his overall career, chat, we know, bruh. We know. I'm a learner, bro. We know.
Definitively say that Michael Jordan did better than LeBron James over the course of his entire NBA career?
Yeah, he won better. He just won and won and won. He was invincible and unbeatable, and he went 6-0 in the finals with 6 MVPs. And no, they didn't play the toughest competition in the finals, but the beasts were in the East, and he devoured and slayed the beasts.
He kind of is spitting facts. Oh my God, I've never seen somebody actually spit facts on like Jordan. Like, this is crazy to me right now.
After another, Bird Celtics, then the bad boy Pistons, and then Reggie Miller's Pacers. And when you go 6-0 with 6 MVPs in the finals versus 4 and 6 in the finals for LeBron, and Ray Allen saved LeBron a loss there because LeBron had completely self-destructed in Game 6 of that 2013 finals.
Why is he spitting facts
if Kyrie,
right now?
When nobody can buy a shot, if Kyrie hadn't hit the shot of shots in Game 7 at Oracle, LeBron could be 2-8 in the finals. So we're talking about winning. I give you, I say it all the time, LeBron is still, to this moment, the best passer in basketball. I say it all the time. LeBron is still the greatest.
I wouldn't even say that about LeBron. I'll be completely honest. I wouldn't say he's the best passer in basketball history, right? But hey, if Skip Bayless says it, hey, well, he might know something we don't, chat. But let me know if you guys agree with that. I don't know if I agree with that, though.
Driver of the basketball I ever saw, to a fault, because he's a poor jump shooter, a poor three-point shooter by star standards, or certainly by superstar standards. And he's a poor free throw shooter by superstar standards. He should have 5,000 more points, but he's such a worse shooter than Jordan ever was as a jump shooter and a free throw shooter that it's hard for me to say, how can you call LeBron the GOAT when he's a lousy shooter?
Part of the argument to what you said is everything you just said is wrong. So if you look at true shooting percentage, which takes into account all the offense, all the scoring, who had the better true shooting percentage in his NBA career in the regular season? LeBron James. Who had the better true shooting percentage in the playoffs? LeBron James. And you just said Michael Jordan.
This guy is going crazy right now. Okay.
Won a lot better. So starting 1-9 in the playoffs in his career doesn't count, just doesn't matter. Okay. Or losing to the Pistons over and over again because he was so dominated by any level of physicality because he was soft.
All right, I gotta stop you there, bro. I'm gonna be completely honest. I gotta stop you there, man. Bro, he only lost to the Pistons because of the bad boys literally trying to RKO him to beat him. Like, they genuinely didn't beat Jordan. Come on, bro. That's a weak argument right there, bro. I have to be honest with you.
So that does not count. That doesn't matter.
Wait, did you just call Michael Jordan soft?
Compared to LeBron
He
James?
was the baddest you-know-what who ever stepped on a basketball court.
Not
Trust
like
me,
LeBron.
I was there.
You know what?
Not like LeBron.
Not like LeBron.
LeBron is like the nicest guy ever. He's
Yeah.
soft, he's a diva, he's thin-skinned. And can I start down the litany of epic fails that LeBron had that Jordan never had? Yeah, it took a while to break through against Larry Bird's Celtics, but remember that Michael Jordan had missed the whole year. He played 3 games and broke his foot. This is his second year in the league. And he comes back just for the playoffs and goes up against arguably the 86 Celtics were you could make a case they were the greatest team ever. And what does he do? He scores 4.
Come on, the 86 Celtics, chat? I know they were good, but the greatest team ever? Better than a 72-10 like Bulls and a 73-9 Warriors?
49 in game 1, and in game 2, he scores 63. It took double overtime, but after that game, Larry Bird said that was God disguised as Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Well, trust me, Larry Bird would have never said God disguised as LeBron James because look at the epic failures here. Do you remember 2010, the last go-around of the first stint in Cleveland? It's against the Celtics in the playoffs. It's the conference semifinals. They win big by 22. He's 14 of 22 from the floor. That's game 3. Then we get to 4, 5, and 6, and right on schedule, he just crumbles to the point that he had somebody from his inner circle tell Stephen A. Smith at ESPN, because I was there alongside Stephen A. at that point, that LeBron had to be sedated before games 4, 5, and 6 because he was having some locker room issue with a teammate, Delonte West. Listen.
He really like going in on him, bro. Like, I'm on Jordan's side right now, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I know I'm gonna be on Jordan's side. I would have been on LeBron's side, but if I was on LeBron's side on this moment, bro, I would be mad because this is the guy that's genuinely spitting facts right now. Like, he's not spitting facts whatsoever in this argument. Skip Bayless came so prepared, and he didn't. It's not being prepared or not, though. Like, if we're being honest, Jordan's the GOAT. But if he had a better argument than Skip Bayless, he probably would have won the argument, though.
Michael Jordan never had any issues with locker room teammates because they wouldn't dare to have an issue with Michael Jordan. So the point was he had to be sedated. What a wimp! What a weenie! Is that what we're talking about? And then Dan Gilbert, his owner, a few weeks later, accused LeBron of quitting in those finals. And then do you remember the first go around with the Heat, the 2011 finals? Do you remember the chosen one became the frozen one? I've never seen like it. Michael Jordan never did that. Even when they were starting 1-9, people were scared to death. Nice try. Yeah.
He gave up. He gave up. I thought LeBron fan would be stronger than that. He accepted his fate. Chad, Jordan's the GOAT.
Hey, good job. You got some quicks, man. I'm impressed.
Because I'm ready to come get you.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, I'm gonna start here with you. You want to discredit talking about 1-9 in the playoffs, and then not even talk about the fact that he couldn't even get to the finals in his first 6, 7 seasons, right? So you prefer somebody not even making it to the finals? That's crazy. You want to
Think of
discount
what
it?
he had in the way. He had 2 of the greatest teams ever in the way, and he didn't even have a Robin yet. He was going solo. He didn't have a Scottie
And LeBron-
Pippen.
That's the crazy thing, though, about the GOAT debate, right? Jordan was genuinely going solo. Like, LeBron had some help once he was going to the championship. Now, okay, not the first 2 times or, the first time that he went on Cleveland, right? But other than that, bro, like, he absolutely had help. So you can't really argue that, right?
LeBron did first couple years.
Okay, I'll
LeBron
give you
did,
that. I
and
haven't
he
even
made it to the
brought up-
finals. He made it to the finals with
Okay,
a
and-
less roster than Jordan did.
And they got swept
Right.
by the Spurs, and I didn't even bring that up because I give you that one.
So
I'm not going to hold that
so
against
you want to
LeBron.
hold somebody accountable for going to the finals and losing than not going to the finals at all.
Okay.
Right? More money to the city, so many more things accomplished, less players on the team, right? Then his other final losses, right? You could even talk about the fact that when he went up against the Warriors, he didn't even have a running mate with him either, right? So every time you want to protect Jordan, I knew you were going to
real
go with
quick.
6-0.
Okay, so he goes up against the Warriors.
Okay.
And I always give him this. Those first 3 games, you remember, because he doesn't have Kevin Love, he was gone already, right? Kyrie fractures his kneecap in overtime of game 1 at Oracle. Remember this? LeBron put up the greatest numbers of his career for 3 straight games, and I'm like, you got this team, because they weren't the Warriors yet. They obviously didn't have KD yet, and they weren't sure.
They weren't the Warriors yet. They were just a team at that time. They were just a team like OKC about to win the championship.
Who they were. So they're down 2 games to 1, and game 4 is in LeBron's house in Cleveland. And in game 4, he was horrible. He goes 7 of 22. He was 5 of 10 from the free throw line. And I'm like, the next day, I'm telling Stephen A. on ESPN, he had a chance to step on their throats. It was, remember, the Iguodala game where Steve Kerr said, I'm going to switch. I'm going to start Iguodala, and I'm going to put him on LeBron. And LeBron just shrank. He closed up.
Do you guys think that Iguodala is the reason, like, the Warriors actually won too, or not? Because he won Finals MVP that series. So let me know down below.
Had them. If he had stepped on their throats and they'd gone up 3 games to 1, this is the 2015 Finals, the first one against the Warriors. You got me. That you could make a go case, but instead he shrinks and disappears in games. Here we go again, 4, 5, and 6, right on schedule, and they lose in 6 games. So he couldn't close deals. All the great clutch shots that Jordan made, they closed deals. LeBron's made a few clutch shots, but they never mattered. They were never meaningful. They never ended series or games or championships.
No, you see, that's where you're trying to pick and choose, right? You want to talk about clutch games, but then you don't want to talk about how he's dragged so many teams to the finals, right? And he's the one hitting the game-winning shots, right? The same way he took Toronto out. Right? The amount of times he did that countless times, you don't want to talk about that, though.
Well, I will.
You want to only talk about when Jordan does it in the finals, as if Jordan's career was only 6 years. He's 6th on the finals, but his career isn't 6 years.
No.
He had 6 to 7 years before that, and then he had another 2 years in the Washington Wizards at 40 years old. We don't want to talk about LeBron at 40 now.
Okay, I don't.
They literally tried to drag him out the court. Gilbert Arenas talked about how they literally was ready to hand him the keys and get Jordan out of there by 40. He was a cancer.
Ceremonial years. He wasn't a cancer.
Yeah, he was.
Like, what? What does he mean by that, chat? I've never heard of that about Jordan, chat. Can you guys let me know down below, what is he trying to say? What does he mean?
Running the show, he was going to be the GM and the head coach and the fading superstar.
So those years don't count then.
Okay,
That's the way it sounds like
the last 2 years I don't count.
That's crazy.
Okay,
so, but then you want to count everything about LeBron. You want to count everything about LeBron, but then take some years out.
He took 3 years off. He retired because they ran his coach out the back door in Chicago, and he said, I'm out. Well, it was on pride and principle. He just said, I'm out. I'm not going to play anymore. And he came back because he was...
Greatness means keep playing year in and year out. Every year, LeBron keeps extending his career because the love of the game, and that matters.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, he kind of has one point right there. I'm not going to lie. No biasness. He kind of has a point right there.
His heart is still in it,
in
and he's going
short
even
time
towards
he played,
40.
Jordan won 10 scoring titles to LeBron's 1 scoring title.
Yeah,
Jordan was the defensive player of the
that
year.
is crazy.
In 1989. He's the defensive player. LeBron was never defensive player. 9 times Jordan was first team all defense. I'll give you 5 times early in his career, LeBron was first team all defense.
Could you not argue that LeBron should have gotten way more MVPs? Because he was always the best player all those years, but they don't count it.
Okay,
so now we're going to take away...
Yep, I'll be honest. Yep, he should have way more MVPs. If I'm being completely honest, there's times where players won MVP over LeBron and they shouldn't have. No biasness allowed.
For him.
You don't think
versus
Jordan was the best player for 11 straight years in Chicago?
No,
he
that's
was.
fine.
It was just ridiculous how much better he was.
I'm not arguing that.
Okay. All right. So let's look at LeBron's buzzer beaters, okay? Because I know them by heart.
And he has more buzzer beaters than Jordan.
No, he doesn't. It's 9-8 Jordan. It's 9-8. I'm not cherry picking. I'm not semantics. I'm just telling you the truth. It's 9-8 Jordan, and I'm giving the 8th that thing the other night.
I'm sorry. Wait, you only talking about the playoffs? 9-8.
No, I'm doing total regular season of playoffs. The other night,
Please fact check.
LeBron had a little tip in at the buzzer. Do you remember this? On Luka's missed shot, and LeBron's just right at the rim and just tips it over the rim, and you have to count that as a buzzer beater, and it was the weakest, easiest buzzer beater in the history of buzzer beaters. Okay, all right.
But it doesn't matter if it's a buzzer beater. It's a buzzer beater. You got to really realize that. If he didn't make that point, his team would have lost. Even it doesn't matter about the aesthetic or anything. It helped his team win.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so here are your. I'm going to get to Jordan's in a minute, but I'm watching every game LeBron plays, and it took him 477 NBA games before he finally hit a walk-off shot, and it was on Ronnie Turioff. It was at Golden State. This is probably way before your time because this was January 23rd of 2009. It was a regular season game, okay? And he hit it, and I'm like, way to go. I stood up and gave him a standing ovation. And then he hit the shot heard round the world against Orlando in Game 2 at Cleveland. You'll remember this. In the year that they ended up losing to the Magic when
Yeah.
okay.
But the game is more than just game-winning shots. You know that, right?
No,
Right now
I know
you're going
that,
down
but-
a rabbit hole if
okay.
you want to talk about like clutch shots, end
Okay,
of game.
but
There's 47 minutes before that you got to play.
understand that,
Which
but
LeBron
here's the
is,
point.
Go ahead.
LeBron was born without a clutch gene. It's as simple as that. He just was. Jordan is the greatest clutch shooter
I don't know, but Jordan's for sure the greatest clutch shooter of all time, man.
I ever saw, and LeBron can be the weakest mentally superstar I've ever witnessed because he's afraid of the late game free throw line. And in late and close situations, since LeBron came into the league, he's the worst by
Why
far.
is basketball so much about the last 30 seconds when there's 47 minutes and 30 seconds in the game?
You're trying to make a
and there's
GOAT
so
case.
much, yeah,
You're-
GOAT
okay,
case, exactly.
okay, and you're
exactly,
trying to make it
right?
over Michael Jordan.
Exactly.
You did a good job. You did a good job. Way to go.
I feel like he had a better argument than the guy before, though. He for sure had a better argument. He kind of won in some points, but he overall lost. I'll give him that, though.
You're going to need that cross
Yes.
around your neck.
Yes, I will. I don't think LeBron's the GOAT. I don't think Michael Jordan's the GOAT either, though.
Oh, so we're going a different direction.
I think we're going to go in the direction of Stephen Curry. And I'm going to point out your simple
Stephen Curry! Bro, Stephen Curry is a GOAT in my eyes, too. As his own era, as in a three-point shooter, he's a GOAT, you know? But, come on, over LeBron and Jordan all time? Yo, this guy's tripping, chat. This guy is genuinely tripping.
statement in one word.
Steph Curry?
You said laughably.
Okay.
And to me, that's bigger than Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. You are simply hitting and taking a hit, a personal shot at the entire game of basketball that we are watching today. And to me, you bring up competition. I think seeing Steph Curry and LeBron James and have go head to head in their rivalry, LeBron always posts on Instagram, he says, iron sharpens iron. Where was the iron sharpening iron with Michael Jordan when he was winning all of his championships? I understand that 6-0 is something that is perfect. You really can't debate it. But what you can do is say, all right, it was a beautiful thing. We're going to leave it in the past because there is greatness in front of our eyes.
Okay.
And it's LeBron James and it's Stephen Curry. And then we get into LeBron versus Steph. And I'm going to sit here and say, Steph Curry, if he wins a 5th championship, which he will, which is why I'm saying Steph's the GOAT, if he wins that 5th title, he is the greatest of all time.
Okay. Do you realize that Steph Curry?
If Curry wins another title, do you guys have him over LeBron? Because I don't have him over Jordan. But would you guys have him over LeBron? Let me know.
Curry and company had a 3-1 lead
Yes.
on LeBron without there's no Kevin Durant involved here, right? It's just Steph. So it's I think you would agree that was Steph's team, right?
it was a
there's
tough
Clay and there's
performance.
Draymond and we get all that, but it's Steph Curry or bust to me.
Game 5.
Because okay,
Draymond Green.
You've got he's gone. So you don't
Why?
have
Because
okay,
LeBron
but
made him gone.
If Steph is the GOAT, he's got 2 out of 3 at home to close the deal. All he's got to do is win 1 of 3, and 2 out of the 3 are at Oracle.
Yep.
And he can't pull it off because he's not that guy. He's
Yes.
not the GOAT. And what happened in Game
I
7?
feel like Curry got better, though. I feel like that 3-1 deficit, that was the worst thing of NBA history. But I feel like he got better, though. I don't think he let that happen now, hopefully.
At Oracle. Remember LeBron's chase down block. Remember this?
Yep,
And
my
Kyrie
heart
hits
sank.
Kyrie
Understand.
hits the game-winning shot. In the 4th quarter of that game, Steph Curry went 1 of 6, and he went 1 of 4 from 3. Well, I'm sorry, 1 of 5 from 3, and he had a terrible turnover with 2 minutes left where he tried to throw it behind his back and threw it in the 5th row, and it was a key turning point in that game. And without Steph disappearing in the fourth quarter, LeBron and Kyrie cannot do what they ended up doing. And after they blew the 3-1 lead, what happened on July the 4th that summer, Steph Curry led a contingent in a private plane, and they fly all the way across the country out to the tip of Long Island to visit Kevin Durant. And Steph Curry got down on one knee and said, "You've got to come save us. You, Kevin Durant, have to come."
Is that actually what happened, bro? Because I know he didn't get on one knee, because I think that's crazy, right? But he definitely did. He definitely did that boss call to get Kevin Durant on the team. Because when I found that out, I was angry, bro.
Save us because we can't beat LeBron James without you.
I understand. I understand that.
So you're disqualified as the GOAT. If you have to go beg somebody
You're not
to come
disqualified
save you.
because LeBron James, everyone here is talking about LeBron as the GOAT, and he did a very similar thing. When you look at Steph Curry and his greatness, I get that he choked in that moment. The 3-1 lead, you're never going to be able to beat that. But what he did in 22 against the Celtics and what he's doing now, you love Tom Brady. His best years are ahead of him, and I'm predicting that right
Really?
now.
Okay.
Yes, 1,000%.
Well,
I think the
mean,
next 5 years of Stephen Curry are going to be his best 5 years.
We don't know that. I'll bet against that because he's 37 years of age.
Understand.
Interesting. Way to go. Good job.
Chat. Wow.
What's up, Skip?
How are you,
doing,
sir?
Man, good to see you.
Dodger fan.
Right now, I gotta school you on this. LeBron is the GOAT. He is the GOAT. I know MJ is 6-0. We're kind of just like mystified with that. But LeBron's longevity for 22 years, the work that he's done since 03.
Okay.
And he's been in the shadow of MJ for 22 years. He hasn't been, MJ, who did he look up to? He was with Magic, Magic, that smiling face. Love Magic, but he wasn't as intimidating as being in Jordan's shadow for
Agreed.
22 years of his career.
This guy's take is weak, man. Bro, get him out of here. Skip doesn't even have to open his mouth to say that Jordan is absolutely wiping LeBron.
All right.
I know the 4 and 6 in the finals, but man, 10 NBA Finals appearances. And just one more thing. I know we've talked about this. 2021, finals. The finals was the Nets versus the Bucks.
Okay.
2018, it was Rockets Warriors. Jordan had to deal with that in the East. Oh, he wasn't pushed to a Game 7. He got pushed to a Game 7 in the Eastern Conference semifinals in '92. He got pushed to the Game 7 in '98 in the Eastern Conference Finals. He's been pushed before. He still triumphs. Jordan, that 6-0. We're always going to be mystified from that. All around,
Okay.
it's LeBron.
I'm going to give you your first point. LeBron James is the longevity king. I mean, it's unquestioned. He is the most durable superstar ever. I'm watching a game the other night, and he hooks his thumb on the rim and pulls it. And I thought, oh, God, because that's your shooting hand. And I thought, man, are you gone? Nope. They go tape it up, and he goes right back in. Incredible, blessed durability. That's how you play 22 years at age 40. LeBron has now played in the regular season 60,000 minutes to Jordan's 40,000 minutes.
Chat,
So
can you understand that he played so much longer than Jordan too, though? So much longer. And it's like, bro, LeBron can't compare.
it's an apple and an orange almost. And if we go total, it's 71,000. If I add the playoff minutes in, 71,000 to 48,000. That's 23,000. That's a magic number that LeBron tried to steal from Jordan. And he shouldn't have. Because LeBron wished a lot of this on himself. He
Can I
right
ask-
away declared himself, I got next. I'm the next Jordan.
How many times during LeBron's 22 illustrious career, how many times did he take a break? I know Jordan's done that a few times.
He got one break
gotta
before
go
they
down
won
the-
their last championship in the bubble, the Mickey Mouse Championship, as I
got a-
call it.
he
He
got a
got
break.
one. He got like a 4-month break ahead of that, and it served him well because I
Not
don't
18
think he's
months.
going to
He
win
didn't play
another
minor
chip.
league. He didn't go in the minor
No.
leagues. He didn't go try to go be
No.
an owner of the league. He's gone 22 straight years
He
playing
has.
in the NBA.
Longevity
So
king.
many
That
playoff
doesn't make
wins.
you the
Oh, yeah.
GOAT. That makes you the
10
longevity
NBA
king.
Finals appearances.
Okay.
MJ couldn't get to 10. He couldn't get past the Pistons, just like LeBron couldn't
I mean,
get
he
past the
did
Warriors.
get past the
for-
Pistons finally.
After
and
3
there was
years.
a book written about it called The Jordan Rules,
it was
in
a
which
butt whooping.
it detailed the rules.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, he kind of cooking right now, chat. He's literally kind of cooking.
With which the Detroit Pistons, the bad boys, had to stop Michael Jordan.
And thankfully
they
he
were
got
scared
Scotty.
to death of him.
Thankfully he got Scotty during that time because, and he also had a head coach, Phil Jackson, during that time. Once they
Did?
figured that out. But who did LeBron have as a head coach during that time? Mike Brown. Mike Brown is no Phil
Is Mike Brown a good coach, chat?
Jackson.
Nope, I'll
He
give
had
you that.
Antoine Jameson. He had Ilgauskas. That's why
Yeah.
he had to go to Miami. He had to go over there
He
and
did.
team up. He learned how to win. And when
Eric Spoelstra is a real live coach.
Oh,
But
yeah.
like I would bank on Eric Spoelstra. And remember, Pat Riley was coaching the coach in that situation. So that was optimum. That was ideal. And LeBron needed a big brother to teach him how to win. And Dwayne Wade was that guy. Okay? All right. Good job.
You're the man.
Way to go.
Chat, I'm gonna end this right here. Let me know down below what you think about these type of, people actually thinking LeBron is the GOAT. Because, bro, I was delusional just like them. They're probably, they're not my generation. They're probably a little bit older. But, hey, they were kind of cooking sometimes. But we know that Skip is not going to lose, He's talking about Jordan. Come on, man. But, let me know down below what you guys think, and recommend me some more stuff to react to. But with that being said, this is the end of the video, chat. So make sure to like, comment, subscribe, man, and I'll see ya. Yes, sir.